Hi there guys, I'm Jeannie Kebe and I'm a clinical psychologist at Impact Therapy Center in 4 ways. I made this video because I would like to tell you all about the amazing interactional approach to psychotherapy. Think Jay Haley, think Milton Erickson, think Virginia Satir, and even Esther Perel. These are all interactional psychotherapists, and I would like to share this amazing approach with all of you. Interactional psychotherapy means that we punctuate our observations, formulations, and interventions on observable, describable, and tangible data, which is communication. Life is all about our relationships. Everything in our world is relationship-based. And when things go well with our relationships, things go well with us, and we experience psychic wellness and well-being. When things don't go well with our relationships, then things don't go well with us and we experience psychological distress and what we commonly refer to as symptoms. The idea here is that problems don't exist within people, but rather problems exist between people in that they arise when people do not have effective ways of dealing with their relationships. If our whole world is made up of relationships, it's therefore very important to understand that relationships are made of communication. There is actually nothing in a relationship other than the communication that happens in that relationship, both verbal and non-verbal, what gets said and what gets done. Even things like love and trust, all of those good things, they only exist in a relationship as far as they are communicated. Therefore, the interactional approach focuses on helping clients become most effective in their communication in order to bring them into optimal engagement with their environment, thereby alleviating symptoms and presenting complaints. So how do we do this? In the interactional approach, we don't focus our diagnosis on why a client is doing what they are doing, but rather how they are doing what they are doing. How are they dealing with their relationships by doing what they are doing? We ask ourselves questions like, how does this client talk to the therapist? What context is this client functioning in? How does the client talk about their problems? How does the client talk about their relationships? And what purpose is this presenting complaints or symptoms serving the client? We answer these questions by way of using the brilliant tool of the interactional pattern analysis, otherwise known as the IPA. The IPA was designed by Charles Forster, and he describes it in his 2011 book, Impacts. The IPA is an interactional psychodiagnostic tool that, first of all, provides a framework for describing a person's interactional style. Secondly, it's a way of understanding the underlying mechanisms behind the presenting complaints. And thirdly, it's a systematic and logical framework for developing treatment plans. Now remember, right in the beginning, I told you that the interactional approach is about observations, formulations, and interventions being punctuated on communication. So here the IPA works on all three of those levels. It's a way of organizing and providing language to describe your observations. Secondly, it's a way of understanding, so formulating the case and understanding the link between the presenting complaint and the person's interactional style. And finally, in terms of interventions, it provides a systematic and logical framework for developing accurate and efficient treatment plans. Using the IPA, you will not only gain the language to describe how the client's symptoms are being maintained, but also a way of accurately and efficiently designing treatment plans that work directly on those mechanisms to alleviate presenting complaints and reach therapeutic goals. The therapist does this in the interactional approach by offering no reinforcement to ineffective communication strategies, which renders them unnecessary in a therapeutic relationship. Through then the effective person-centered stance and the strategic skill of the therapist, the client is now involved in a relational field in which they can integrate new, more effective ways by experimenting with different communication strategies and integrate these into their role repertoire, which they can then use to become more effective in their other interpersonal relationships. The best part about being trained interactionally is that you don't have to abandon the amazing tools and techniques you already found working for you. The IPA, for example, is not a treatment or it's not a technique in and of itself. Rather, it's a meaningful framework for integrating the other techniques and tools and skills that you've already got in your role repertoire to help you have a systematic process for effectively and accurately selecting which of these techniques to use and when and to what purpose and how to implement them. So guys, this is a very basic introduction to the interactional approach to psychotherapy, but if you, like me, enjoy working smart and not hard, want a structured, scientific and systematic way of formulating your cases and designing your treatment plans, then working interactionally is for you. At Impact Therapy, we offer training to anybody who is working in the psychotherapeutic space, in IPA, in the interactional approach, from introductory to advanced. Registered counselors, all categories of psychologists, and even psychology students. If you would like to know more, please join our Facebook page, Impact Training CPDs. The link is provided below. And check out our IPA Level 1 training. This is a really good place to start if you'd like to delve into the world of interactional psychotherapy. There is a course happening in July and spots are filling up fast. We work on Zoom, so no matter where you are in the country, you can join us, but we keep the group small so that you can have a meaningful interactive experience. So, hope to see you all in the world of interactional psychotherapy very soon. Thank you for listening.